Okay, good talking to you, Quentin. Right, let's see.
All right.
I think we've explored this region outside the mausoleum pretty well. Just want to double check. Bayan the Sender. Don't think we've spoken to him. Let's have a chat. You see a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and unlike the other residents you've seen, he looks to have bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out in a high voice, "Craddock, good sir?" What? His hopeful expression dies as he studies your face. "1,000 apologies, good sir, if I have given offence." He gives a slight bow. "I am Bayan the Sender, third child of Bayan the Sender. I am one of many runners in employ of the House of Senders." "No apologies necessary, Bayan. What do you want?" "1,000 apologies for troubling you with such a trivial matter, but I seek Craddock, an overseer in the hive." Bayan looks like he's in pain. "But alas, he eludes me." He looks at you hopefully again. "Could it be you have heard of such a man?" "No." Bayan gives a deep sigh. "I am bound to deliver a message to him, and as yet, fortune has chosen not to favour me." I don't want to be too mercenary about it, so I could either say, "Oh, give me some money." I'm trying to be good as well as chaotic, so I could help you. If I come across the man, I could pass along your message. Bayan's face lights up like a lantern. "Oh, fortunate day for Bayan and the House of Senders. Any assistance you could provide would be most welcome. If you can find this Craddock and pass along the message, I shall see to it you are paid for your troubles." "All right, what's the message?" Bayan recites the message almost like a mantra. "The shipment must be incursed by the third day or there will be a penalty." Bayan frowns. "I'm told that Craddock will know of the shipment of which the message pertains." "If I see Craddock, I will pass along the message. Is there anything you can tell me about him before I go that might help me find him?" "He's said to be a giant of a man, stern of features. He is an overseer in one of the hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that, good sir." "I see, that's enough to go on for now." Bayan bows. "Thank you, sir. Should fortune favour you, and you are able to bear the message to Craddock, be so kind as to return and tell me of it. I will see to it your efforts are rewarded." "Very well. Farewell, Bayan."
Updated my journal.
There's a little mini quest for us there. Oh, okay, we want to talk to this person, Ingress. There's a good reason for that. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is dishevelled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is a fused lump of flesh. It looks melted, like wax exposed to a great heat. "Greetings."
Updated my journal.
"What is it you want to me?" The woman's accent is thick, and you're having difficulty making out what she's saying. "You wanted me to leave?" "Not leaving this city, so I'm not. I can't. Tried. It's not a city, it's a prison. It's everywhere." "Everywhere?" "There's worlds. There's..." Her eyes gleam madly. "Plains. There be sinking sands, fields, thirsty nettles be. Sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate. Cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash. The house without doors, the twilight lands, the singing winds. She starts to sob quietly, but she seems all out of tears. "And shadows. The terrible shadows there be." "Where are these places?" Where's them places?" She flings the lump of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the cityscape. "There's all here, be. Doors here to everywhere." "Doors? You're not knowing this?" She squints at you and her teeth start chattering. "Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice-cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, the spaces between shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places." "What do you mean?" "Every door has a key, it does, and with this key they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal, all eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away." She raises the lump of her right hand, "and sometimes what's on t'other side takes part of you as a tithe." What are these keys?" The keys numbered as many as the doors of this city. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again as if she is cold. And a key is anything. It may be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers, a thought 3 times, and then thought once in reverse, or it may be a glass rose. And these are all keys that open these doors.
Updated my journal.
Yes. Her teeth start chattering and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes. Can't leave. Well, how did you get here?
Updated my journal.
She seems to calm slightly and her eyes take on a 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here, almost a life ago. Hummed a tune by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened into place between the crossed trees, showed me the city on the other side. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried. She starts to sob again, but no tears come out. Tried. All the doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals. Some are purpose, some are accident. None of them right. Can't find way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here. This square. And there the place of death behind the gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, her face desperate. Can't go anywhere in this city. You can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here could be a portal. Don't know the key. Could get us sent to another horrible place. Her teeth start chattering again. Got to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me, and I ain't not be knowing it. You're afraid to go through any door or any arch because it might be a portal. She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place where my hand... She stops. Since my 10th turning, and I'm my 4th 10th turning that now. So, oh yeah, okay, the text is sorting out for us, but I gather that it's 30 years. 30 years? You haven't walked through any door for 30 years. Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still chattering. Okay, so what are our options here? If you go here, there must be a portal that can take you back. To be too afraid to walk through any door, that's... How mad are you, women? No, I'll go with the sort of sympathy one. To be afraid to walk through any door, that's... She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she is cold. They are moving inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you stepped through accident to drive the fear into you. I went thrice 10, lost my hand, burned my flesh, and lost my sense. She looks at her feet. No more, no more. I'm sorry. If I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
So, yeah, that's... I mean, yeah, you would be afraid of it, I guess. In the city of doors, where anything could be a portal, you would not want to just randomly walk through stuff. Because you might end up in a plane where it's just all fire or full of demons or who knows. Pretty scary. This guy better not want to scrap. Yeah, go on, keep walking, buddy. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, there's the gate there. Right, we're gonna go check out a new area, see what's what. Come chat. Oh, it's a harlot. Nope, I'm alright, thank you. Perfectly okay. I've got bigger fish to fry.
Done.
It's a collector. I'll talk to him. This man is draped in filthy, tattered brown robes, a long hood concealing most of his face from view. Greetings. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood, and he takes a step back. What do you want? I had some questions. He raises an eyebrow. I've some for ye then, like, what did you want to know? And how badly did you want to know it? He's looking for some money. I'm looking for a man named Farod. Look, a ranger cutter. I don't make enough jink to go lighten up the dark for nothing. It'll take a bit of coin, it will. If he wants the chant. Okay, throw him a couple of coins. He scoffs. Even Dusty's pay more than that cutter. Alright, throw him 5 then. He studies the coins for a moment as they lay in his hand. Eh? He pockets them. Ask. I'm looking for a man named Farad, as just said. He narrows his eyes. Farad, what about him? Do you know where he is? I know where the rat bastard isn't. He isn't where most the collectors can kip, in Ragpicker Square. But that he's close by there somewhere is the chant. Right. Do all the collectors share your opinion of Farad? Farad. He spits, sneering contemptuously. Ragpicker Square is Sharegrave's, my boss, territory, you see. Farad and his dogs came in a whiles back and tried to oust us. We fought them off, we did. So as they're all in hiding somewhere now. We still catch one of his lads now and then round the square. Usually we turn them into a quick spot of jink at the mortuary, the piking sods. Tell me about Sharegrave. He's my boss, casts his shadow over the whole mess of collectors, he does. I'd stay away from him unless he's got right good cause to talk to you. I've never spoken with him personally myself. Alright, that's fine, thank you. Well, keep yourself safe, Cutter. If I find you on the streets, I'll be kind to your corpse. Well, that's nice. That's a nice thing to do, thank you.
Alright.
Barrier. Thugs. A drunk. If he's drunk, there must be a bar round. Oh, Jesus, right. What is it with people? Just wanting to scrap. God.
Did you see that?
Oh man.
Must
What?
this fool die?
Why? I was literally just going to go get a drink.
Spread it out, will ya?
Flipping heck. Right. Well, they're going to get a bloody shock in their life, aren't they? Eh? Gonna get a real... Can I just go out the front door? No.
Done.
Now that I've been out, can I just go out the front door? Yes. Okay. Right.
I'm gone.
Right. Round 2, buddy. Let's go. Come at me. Are they coming? No. Come on then. Stood around. We've got some thugs to kill. Let's go get them. Right.
Alright.
Come at me, buddy. Ha! Surprise! I'll take as long as this takes. You are going down. Right, that's another one down.
Did you see that?
Well done, Mort. Yeah, that's right. Leg it. You wimp. And then your friends want some.
I'm hurt.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good grief.
Dead horse. I hope you
I
haven't
mean-
forgotten yourself. I don't want to explain our boring adventures all over again.
Don't worry, Mort. I can still remember this time. I mean, I will keep going back. I am not afraid to continuously
Alright.
squash these ruffians. I can find the flipping door. There we go. Scallywags, man.
Done.
You're about to get a shock of your life. You thought it was my twin that had appeared there. No, no. It's me again. Remember the guy you just killed? Ha ha!
Done.
Let's do this. Alright, come on then. Come on. Ki! Yeah, go on, leg it. Right, that's another one down. It's a ward of attrition, this. Jesus, right, can I use some in here? I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing this than that. What does this do? Heals 9 hit points. Right, I'd like to use that, please. Did my hit points go up? Yeah, 14. Right, and I'll use it again. I'm sure there is a way to do this that's quicker. Yep, there's another one down. I just couldn't be asked going back to the mortuary again, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, keep swinging. Keep swinging. It's like the end of Signs. Just keep swinging. Yeah, go on, run. You prat. Bye. There's another one there. Go on, get him. Come on then. Yeah. That's what you get for messing with the nameless one. And what? Take your stuff.
What's up?
Actually, Mort, you've got plenty of space in your inventory. You can pick this stuff up. Money, money, money. Money. What is that?
Step right up, comes in the burning man, trying to put him out, buy him a drink, he's thirsty, he's on fire, he's a red hot, come on in!
So this is the Smouldering Corpse bar. You can hear the guy sort of shouting to attract some business. Whoa, who's that? Ah, you're in a dead end now, mate. Literally a dead end. See what I did there? I'll take that. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a really cool tavern. It's massive as well, actually. It's a lot bigger than I remember. Welcome to the Smouldering Corpse bar. So, can you guess why it's got this name? Might be something to do with this burning guy over here. Let's have a quick look at him, actually. So this crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wreath around the creature's body, and the flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. I'll say greetings? The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know, within some shadowed corner of your memory, that this thing is dangerous. Okay, I'll have a closer look. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill the creature floats above has sagged and bent from the heat. At first you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realise it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drift from the writhing corpse and float slowly to the ceiling. Okay, best leave it alone. So, the Smouldering Corpse bar is full of some really, really interesting characters. We could spend an entire episode chatting to these different patrons. Got some devils over here. Oh, someone's ran up to me. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you, you, over here. You notice that there's something wrong about her, and that your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Okay. Hey, Cutter, buy a lady a drink. I'll say, you're not really a dustman, are you? She looks around nervously and seems to sober right up. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty. And you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money instead of giving it out for that corpse labour they do at the mortuary. She stifles a squeak of terror and hastens to explain, No, I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street and I didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I heard there was a dustman thief around, but you could probably find him somewhere else in the southwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please, don't hurt me. Well, I'm not planning on it. You ought to know that you're not pulling it off too well. Now answer some questions. Tell me about the patrons here. I don't know, they're just people. I don't deal much with people. Unless they're buying me a drink. She looks at you hopefully. No. No, I am not buying you a drink. You liar. Now, I do want to, before this episode finishes, talk to someone very important in here, which is Dakon. The man before you is old. His dry, yellow skin has the scars of one who has travelled everywhere and never rested long in any place. His pinched face is inhumanly angular, and his ears sweep out from his skull, tapering to points. He wears a loose-fitting orange tunic, and a strange, shimmering blade is strapped across his back. The blade looks to be a two-pronged glaive, made of some metal whose surface swirls like a film of oil on a pond. Greetings. The man turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. He stares through you, and for a moment you wonder if he might be blind. The weapon suddenly turns a dead, flat black, mirroring the man's eyes. Are you alright?
Hail, traveler.
He says nothing for a moment, merely searches your face with his eyes. Hail, traveller. His voice is quiet and sombre, like a wind whispering through the branches of a great tree. Hail.
Your eyes are the weight of one who has traveled far to be in this place.
You could say that. The man's gaze does not waver from yours. I am known as Dakon. The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd, yet familiar at the same time. You are not known to me. I do not know myself. That is for the best. In knowing yourself, there would be little in the plains left worth knowing. He falls silent for a moment, still studying you with his coal black eyes. I would know why you have come to this city. I'm looking for answers. I have many questions. Speak your questions. I will hear you. Your features are unfamiliar to me. What are you? A Githzerai. A Githzerai? A Githzerai is one of the people. One of the people. A Githzerai. Yes, but what are Githzerai exactly? Dakon is silent for a moment, then he speaks. Our history does not need to be made known to you. We would bleed to death on time's blade before I recited a fraction of the histories of our people. I don't need to know your histories, but I would know your people as they are now. Dakon is silent for a moment. Know this and accept it as an answer. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo. With a deft motion, Dakon slips the blade from his back and holds it before him. Wait to see what he does. There, we mould the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch, a series of rippling waves of metal begin to roll forth from the centre of the blade. The pitch and the crest of the waves match the inflection in Dakon's voice. In its chaos we dwell, with only our knowing to preserve us. We are the Githzerai. What is the blade you have? It moved, shifted in response to your voice. It is a Karach blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. Karach, what does that mean? Dakon falls silent for a moment as if searching for the correct words. In your tongue, the closest translation is chaos matter. The people may shape it with their thoughts. Shape it with their thoughts? Karach is not shaped by heat, but by knowing oneself. It is a mirror that reflects the will of the wielder on its surface and in its edge. When one knows themselves, the blade is strong, harder and stronger than steel. When one does not know themselves, the blade is as water, formless and weak. Are you willing to sell it? It would become as nothing in the hands of another. The blade knows my mind, and I know its heart. We die the same death. Okay, what else do I want to ask him? You seem to place a special emphasis on knowing. What do you mean? All things, whether structure or flesh, their existence is defined by their knowing of themselves. And if a man does not know himself, then a mind does not know. When a mind does not know itself, it is flawed. When a mind is flawed, the man is flawed. When a man is flawed, that which he touches is flawed. Dakon pauses. It is said that what a flawed man sees, his hands make broken. Do you know yourself? Dakon falls silent. His coal black eyes take on the same distance that you noticed when you first spoke. I ask again, do you know yourself? When Dakon speaks again, his voice has changed. His words echo like a great stone dropped in a chasm. It looks like he is forcing the words from his chest. It is not my will that you know this. I don't know whether to push him. I don't piss him off. We'll go down that rabbit hole later, I think. What can you tell me of this city? It is known by the name of Sigil, Among the people it is known as the city that does not know itself. Doesn't it know itself? What do you mean? The city exists, but it does not know itself. In not knowing itself, its existence is flawed. Now, you speak as if the city is alive. It may not be aware and know itself in the sense that you or I might know ourselves, but it lives, it grows, changes, and touches the minds of all that live here. And why did you say the city does not know itself? The city exists in opposition to itself. It has set itself apart from the planes, yet it seeks to be everywhere at once. Its walls are doors, yet it keeps those doors locked. Such an existence tells of a thing that does not know itself. In not knowing itself, it is flawed. When you say the city is everywhere at once, what do you mean? We've got other options here actually. Okay, I'll go with this. What if the city is not flawed? A thing does not need to be ordered and have purpose to know itself. What if these contradictions are strengths that you cannot see? To your question, a question. What if the city is flawed and you see its contradictions all around you? Oh, flipping heck, we're going back and forth here. It's like the debating society all over again. To your question, a question. You claim the city's existence is flawed. You have accepted this rather than explore the possibility that something greater may exist. That suggests you are flawed, and that you do not search for knowledge, but only for a convenient answer. Oof! I am laying down the smackdown. You will get ready for this burn. Dakon falls silent. There is no knowing the answer to the questions we have asked, yet the city exists. That is all. Yeah, I would maintain that we know ourselves by the questions we ask and the ones we do not. If we cease asking questions and accept only what we can perceive, then we will cease to know ourselves. Dakon's voice has changed slightly, become heavier. Such words have been spoken before. I have heard them and know them. Where have you heard them? The words are mine. Once I knew them and knew their meaning. I had forgotten them until you spoke. Dakon's gaze travels through you, and his blade stops simmering, bleeding of all colour until it is translucent. There is a moment of silence, then Dakon looks up to you. I would travel your path with you. I accept. An extra blade would be welcome.
Your path is mine.
Strangely enough, his voice seems distant, and it echoes, as if he was speaking from across a great distance. Very well, let's go. Right, we've recruited a new member. I got a new trophy there. I don't think it comes up on the recordings, but it's just popped up on my screen. It says endure, and in enduring grow strong. So I've got the achievement for recruiting Dakon. So let's have a look at Dakon. He's a fighter mage, so multi-class. He's pretty strong, strength 17, fairly wise, good dexterity. He's actually quite a good all-rounder. His charisma's above average, his constitution's high, and he's above average intelligence as well, so good all-rounder. He's level 3 in fighter and level 3 in mage. Yeah, he's good. Let's have a look. So here's his little biography. My past is not known to you. It is not my will that you should know it. Know that I bear the scars of one who has travelled the plains. Know that I have never rested long in any one place. Know that I bear the weight of one who has travelled far to be in this place. Know that I am a Githzerai. Know that I am one of the people of Zerthamon. It was Zerthamon who knew the Githzerai before we knew ourselves. We knew what to be done to free us. What had to be done to free us. He knew what to... Jesus wept. He knew what had to be done to free us. From his knowing came action. From his knowing, freedom was born. The Githzerai ceased to be slaves and became a people. Know that I follow the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. His words are known to me. His heart is known to me. All that remains is that I know myself. Cool. Oh, and what alignment is he? Actually, let's have a look at that. He is lawful neutral. Lawful neutral characters believe in order over all other concerns. Okay. His armour class is really low as well, too. Let's see if we can have a look at his equipment. He's got that funky sword. He's got a whispering flask. which is like a one-use spell. So this container holds a peculiar powder called Whispering Motes, loose translation of the Gith's expression, a form of healing powder commonly used by the Githzerai in the plane of Limbo. When the stopper is pulled and the spice touched on the skin of a wounded person, the spice travels through the injured person's body, generating raw matter to fill up the holes in his physical form, no matter how small or large. In order for the spice to work, the user must concentrate on its healing effect. With the proper discipline, a practiced Githzerai can even heal the greatest of wounds. In addition to its curative properties, it is also the element in several of their rites of passage. It is believed that the spice also fills in the holes in the person's psyche, removing doubts and giving them focus and purpose. I mean, that's quite the flask. And this is the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. So this small round stone in the unbroken circle of this small round stone is the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. The unbroken circle is a Zerth religious text containing teachings of Zerthamon, the founder of the Githzerai people. The circle is made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another, depending on which branch the reader wishes to follow in the path of teachings. It is said that some Zerths spend years poring over the combinations of the plates, looking for new significance in the teachings. Dakon seems to use the text as a means of focusing his spell-casting abilities, for he pores over the tablet occasionally, memorising the words. So it's kind of like his spellbook. You can use it in the sense that you can have a chat, as kind of philosophical chat with Dakon about Zerthamon's teachings. It can help get you experience. It can help actually boost his stats as well. I'm too low level at the moment to really explore that in any detail. I will take some time when it's right to do so, because it's really useful from a game sense. But it's really interesting to kind of uncover these teachings that he's got. Let's have a quick look at his armour. So, Dakon's ceremonial Zerth armour. It is fashioned of interlocking metal rings formed of the same substance that Dakon's blade is made of. Unlike the blade, however, it does not appear that the armour changes based on the mental state of the wielder. The armour is worn over a padded red tunic, and spiked braces and shoulder pads have been added to give greater protection to the arms and upper body. While Dakon's armour is similar to chainmail, it is lighter and more flexible, allowing him to wield his sword more effectively. Furthermore, it seems that when the sword and armour are used in tandem, the armour becomes even more fluid. Whether this is a unique property of Karaj, or whether this is some magical effect of the two items, it is unknown. And then his sword. On the Githzerai's home plane of Limbo, solid matter is something of a rarity. Limbo itself is a soupy mass of elements, and only through force of will can the Githzerai shape these elements into stable matter. The substance called Karaj is a material that can be shaped with the mind. Dakon's blade is composed of this substance. Through mental discipline alone, Dakon maintains the integrity of the blade and can shape it slightly, depending on his skill, adjusting its length, sharpness of edge. Presumably, as he gains levels, he may be able to manipulate the blade into new ways. It's not known whether all Githzerai Zerth carry such weapons. Certainly a weapon that depends on the integrity of the wielder would be entrusted only to those that have learned to discipline themselves. This blade appears to have special religious significance to Dakon. Dakon has wound a series of parchments around the hilt of the blade. These appear to be mantras dedicated to Zerthamon. And it's quite the weapon. It's a +1 at the moment, so Thaco +1. Gives him a bonus to his armour class, 2 to 9 damage, so does quite a bit of damage as well. And it's an edged weapon, so yeah, obviously cutting. So yeah, really cool. Really cool that we got him. An extra sword is definitely going to help, especially when I keep getting jumped by those thugs outside. Right, having successfully recruited Dakon, we are going to stop the episode there. We're going to speak to some more patrons next time. There's this guy, Kandrian, who's kind of semi-translucent. Ebb Creekneys, Alias, yeah, there's lots of people. They've all got names, so they've all got kind of maybe some mini quests to do, or just some interesting conversation to have with them, to be honest. We'll find out more about that Dustman woman as well, or the fake Dustman woman who came up to me. Find out what she's all about. I believe she's got a debt to pay, so we might help her out with that if I'm feeling charitable. Hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed watching me die repeatedly. Whoa, what a treat for the eyes. Me ending up back at the mausoleum, the mortuary. Hopefully next time we won't die so much, especially now we've got Dakon with his super cool lightsaber. Dungeons and Dragons version of a lightsaber.
Well, I mean, you shake a leg.
Okay, Mort, yes, we're going to shake a leg, don't worry. We're going to get off this episode, and we'll see everyone again next time. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.